Hello and welcome to the Chilled Cardano podcast. I am Illinois and I'm here with Chilled Cardano on Twitter. How are you today?
Doing good, Eric. Things are looking great. The markets are spectacular.
Everything's booming.
Showed you the fourth turning. I think you're very interested in it.
Yeah. Now I'm scared for that there will be some sort of revolution in my next decade here. Cheers. That being said, let's take a look at those charts. Here we have the ADA chart. Not much has changed still, believe it or not. We're still kind of in the same range. We haven't broken down any further, which is interesting because the S&P seems like it just keeps breaking down like more and more. So we'll see if it breaks down from this low in June. The Dixie looks
What is that?
incredible.
What is that? The daily?
Dollar.
One-day charts?
That's the daily on the S&P. And then the weekly.
Not great, Eric.
Not pretty. The only thing doing good right now is the dollar, which is like pumping like a shit coin in a bull market. So that's pretty wild to see.
That's pretty sus, if you ask me.
Yes, no cap.
No cap. For real.
So, I mean, that's just the world we're living in right now is very tumultuous, and I'm still having fun. I've decided to stop looking at the charts every day, all
for
day.
The best.
I've always said it's a long-term investment, but I haven't really, acted that way a lot of times. But I feel like I'm finally doing that. So I try to focus more on building the community in the ways that we can. So I think just like talking to people on Twitter, if you like an NFT, buy it, support the project. You're not going to 10x anything in this market. So if you're buying an NFT, you're doing it because you either like the art or you think it's like going to be a great project for years to come. So that's where I've been at mentally. How about you?
Yeah, it's kind of fun though because we're having so many projects come online right now that I am super geeked for like the next 3 months because I feel like I'll be able to just like, I don't know about you, but there's been enough volatility and like things coming on that I've been able to like at least make some decent profits on some stuff. Not financial advice, but like the ADA token has been moving. There's a lot of volatility in that. I've been playing with that. Also like Ding token. I've been noticing this trend with like it's like you said, it like nothing's moving like crazy, but a couple tokens here and there when their yield farm comes on to try to long that before the breakout, because people all need to utilize one of those tokens to create the pair for the yield farm. So if you can get in before those turn on, it tends to be a good little 10 to 30% X.
The rest.
What's that?
Yeah, tell them the other part, Mike.
Just
tell them that part. When they actually go live with the
oh yeah, you have to
gotta get rid of it,
right? Because there's so much excess supply that you want to, after that first initial move, you tend to want to get out. So it's a very short-term play, but stuff like that, it's been really fun to play with. For some reason, like, I don't know if you've noticed this week, but I've noticed a lot of Ethereum people coming over to
Yes.
Cardano Twitter. So it's been like fascinating. This whole week there's like been a couple Twitter accounts like Farmer Nash and that
Yeah.
Wob dot what's his name? Wabif or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who both have like over 50,000 followers. They've been creating like a lot of engagement, which has been interesting to see how the Cardano community has embraced them. I don't know if for better or for worse. It's been kind of interesting to
Right.
see like some people like really loving it, being like, holy shit, like we got some cool people coming here. And then other people are like really against it. So like
Yeah. I think some of them are like genuinely interested and they're like, you know, they want to see what it's all about and they see the community is like pretty cool. But other people are just like doing it to engagement farm and then they'll just like they'll say a nice thing about Cardano and then say a shitty thing about Cardano. And it's just like it's just annoying. So it's like
well, so
you're
that's
just
like
doing
them
that to
being
get like outrage, right?
right polarizing
Yeah.
because you're going to both sides of the fence, right? You're being like Cardano
Mhm.
sucks, and then you're like Cardano rules, and you're getting both
Right.
people on Twitter because most people aren't on Twitter like 24/7. They come in and out. They see a certain thing on their feed, they interact with it, and then that guy gets a couple thousand more followers. I think he's just using us, and that's cool. Like that's fine because that's kind of what Twitter's all about, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like. I'm not offended by it. Like a lot of the OG, like Ada Whale, and like Lucid, and a lot of bigger Cardano accounts have like this weird thing where they need to be the shepherds or have this responsibility that they need to be the shepherd of the ship and like control the community. And I feel like
Right.
once it's that's such an impossible task because like it's like saying you're going to control the whole United States with one person. It's like the
Right.
United States is fucking massive. We have like the North, the South, the East, and the West, and they all have their own different type of culture. Like, so just because not everyone believes the same things you do, it's you know what I mean. Like,
And there's like different generations of like ADA people, right? Like
yeah,
some people are early adopters, some people are just coming in now and they're not going to have the same mentality as like an ADA whale or whatever. So you
right.
can't like like I can see them getting like annoyed that people are like eating it up, but it's also like it's kind of fun
It's very
to have
enjoyable.
like new people. But I, it doesn't like make me mad, but it is annoying. Like just like have an opinion, right? like
Because they're so
like
sarcastic,
have a fucking opinion. Yeah.
you never know what they truly mean.
What's real? What's fake?
It's
It's
very
almost like
annoying.
science.
I think
Yeah.
it's a younger generation, like people in the early 20s, where
Yeah.
that they never want you to know what they truly feel or
Right.
like how they are thinking. So that way they could always backtrack into a different, like, that's not what I meant to
It's
say.
a
You know
way
what I
of like
mean?
protecting yourself
Yeah.
from like criticism.
Right, because you're always playing the fence. So it's like, well, I was being sarcastic. I didn't really mean that, or like vice versa. Like
Right.
it's fucked up. I don't like it, but I just think it's that whole generation where they try to say everything in a weird, jokey manner, so that way they can get away with it. And then you don't know what they think, or like what their morals or ethics are. And I think in Cardano, that's like the most important thing for most of them is like, what are your principles? What are your morals? What are your
Yeah.
ethics? And because that's kind of how like the Cardano community started was like if you look at Charles Hoskinson's whiteboard video, it was all about that. So like if you were here because of that, that's what you think the community's built on. And now you're getting people who
Yeah.
got here in 2021, 2022, and they're here for marketing schemes. They see NFTs or see NFTs as like a way to like make a couple bucks, and that's fine too. Like it's all capitalism at the end of the day. But I think by them just coming here and just playing with the tech and the different protocols, like they will subconsciously be um kind of indoctrinated by that stance regardless of their position, because you start to realize once you play around with this stuff and your money is safe, like once you go back to Ethereum and you realize, oh, some of my gas fees didn't go through, I got charged an extra couple $100 I lost, shit, like I could have used $200 in Cardano, gotten a couple NFTs, and my transactions don't fail. So I just think it's a win-win, and you start to realize like the stuff we take for granted is like what's going to make us win it regardless, like whether it become the NFTs, DeFi, because our transactions are so cheap, they're so everything's like okay, like you never get failed transactions. It either goes
Yeah.
through or it doesn't, but you don't get charged. I just think stuff like that is it's a non-starter. Like you either have that or you don't.
Yeah. I think they get caught up on like the front end UI stuff, like little quirks that are
Right.
different. Um, I think the criticisms are kind of like some of them are born out of like they just haven't used it before and it's different, you know? It's like so I don't think they've said anything that's like, oh, this this is why no one used Cardano. Like I haven't seen one that's like that's actually true. It's just kind of like, oh, it's because you're using Nami instead of Eternal, or like you didn't connect your wallet, you know?
Right.
So
Or they'll make up stupid like assertions, like they'll just assume certain things are the way they are. Like the one guy said something about, is it true that everybody on Nami shares it like a meme pool, and if your transaction doesn't go through it fails or something, like, but he didn't realize that every wallet has its own meme pool, so if you just connect it to like your own dataless wallet, you could use that, and
yeah,
you wouldn't share like that meme pool with anybody.
yeah.
And
I had that. I was doing that for a while.
yeah, when it first started, like it was just a way better to interact, was like just use your own node instead of using Nami's node to, push your transactions through. And like he would never make that assertion in like Ethereum, because he realizes that it's so centralized that you have to use somebody else's node. Where in Cardano, like you can run your own node and like
Yeah,
have everything go through there, and it's probably a better experience. Like
yeah,
if you don't want to, it's like sharing your internet connection. It's like I'd rather use my own if I can. It's gonna be faster all the
yeah,
time. But he just assumes that, and then that's what he puts on Twitter. And most people aren't that technical, so when they see that, they just take it at face value. When in reality, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
yeah. And then when people like correct it, then it's like, oh, well, that's fucking sucks. I don't want to do all that stuff. You know,
But like,
it's like,
but the thing is, there's a solution there that's very easy, and someone will eventually code a solution to that thing where it becomes a one button press, as opposed to like, oh, put this in your, internet, use this port, it'll connect to your node, and then your transactions will go through. Like most technical people aren't gonna understand that, but somebody can code that into, the front facing UI, and then it's a non-issue. So it's like just give it a year, give it 2 years, and all that it's built in. That's the cool thing. It's all gonna be there eventually, but it takes a long time to get like front end developers to like build on top of these dApps.
yeah,
But the tech's
but they
there.
can't wait.
They can't. They don't think they can. But the funny thing is, they keep coming back. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
why did they even interact with us? Because we're here.
we can't be
You know.
ignored. Yeah, I think Cardano is just. I see you look distracted.
Sorry. Continue. Forgive me.
I think Cardano people are we just hit different, you know.
Yeah.
We our community is like hard to ignore when you get like a tweet when someone tweets something and then their entire comment section is all Cardano people like shilling something. It's hard to ignore that.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure it happened like multiple times, and then they're like, all right, let me look into it. It's kind of interesting we got involved with like the seal community. And it's like the first, like bridge to Ethereum is like with this community. And I'm sure it'll happen with other ones. It's just like you find this group of people that is maybe more open to like new experiences or something.
Right.
Um, so it's interesting how this stuff like branches out. Hopefully, we get more people from different places because of this. I don't think you can really control like the type of people you're gonna get. So with more adoption comes more personality types, and some people you won't like, some people you will.
Right.
Just can't really
You can't control it.
control that.
Well, because it's like when you think of Cardano as like a city, and it's like once people starts to move in and like pay rent, buy houses, like you don't get to control the population of the city.
Yeah,
It's just you're gonna have pockets of different culture and different ideas and thoughts, but that's what makes a like an ecosystem really rich. Is that not everybody has the same ideas and thoughts? Like you kind of want that difference of opinion, like whether it be conservative, liberal, you know, I want it all. I want it all. I don't want it censored. I want it raw. I want those conversations happening. I want people to butt heads. That's when you get the best ideas. And it shouldn't be censored. Like, yes, everyone should try to be as respectful as possible, but sometimes you get really fucked up people and you kind of need those people too. I don't know. And I
yeah,
think when Catalyst comes online and we can start to vote, that's when like it'll all be really interesting because like that shit's important, because you'll start to vote for like what you want the ecosystem to go towards, and you might not be a part of the majority, your opinion might be the minority. So it's going to be very interesting. You might want to see, NFTs get updated, like certain CIPs to make NFTs more advanced, but maybe the
yeah,
majority of the community wants some DeFi stuff to happen where, they start to it's going to start to divide. And as we get more and more communities that aren't DeFi, aren't NFTs, it's going to become even more diverse. And you're going to have a lot more difference of opinions because, like, especially with artists, it's been really interesting seeing a more liberal opinion about things because most artists are like really free thinkers and they don't really think about politics or economies, And I always hear with like DeFi, like with Bitcoin, and like that's all it is principles and what are your values? Like what do you stand for? So
yeah,
it's like it was so interesting seeing these two communities come together and it's like they're so different, like, but I like it. I think it's good. I think we're gonna see more of it. Um and at the end of the day, people want to come somewhere and invest their time and they know that that chain's not gonna be or go anywhere. Like if it's a centralized VC coin, once they're done with it, they're just going to leave to the next one. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And you're kind of already seeing that happen with the Facebook's new coin. It's like called Sui, and they're trying to get that going. And so the people who are Solana people and, Binance coin, they're just going to move to the next thing. But the
yeah.
Cardano people, they just hang out. They stay. They're like, I've been like, my tech just works and it
Why?
doesn't get hacked. And so now I could just play around with NFTs and hang out,
Yeah. And we haven't even mentioned the Vasil Hardfork just happened.
Woo!
Woo!
I have to
Happened,
put
went
some
off without a
explosions
hitch.
in the video.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, it happened, right? Now we're gonna wait for these projects to come out and we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I haven't really done too many transactions since it's happened. Have
Well,
you?
it's yeah, I have. It's fast. It's really fast. It
Nice.
was nice. I was doing some transactions yesterday, and it was It's really blown away by how like nice it feels just to trade in and out of
Really?
tokens on MinSwap. But we could take a look at like the pool PM to see.
Let's take a look. A load or what?
Yeah.
Or
Boom. 44% in an hour and 39% last 24.
that's pretty low.
Yes, sir. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah. It's funny because you wait for this thing and then it happens and it's like nothing really changes like too much, and then but it's more about the foundation it's building,
Right.
and it's exciting that it finally happened, and now in the next few months we're going to see these projects come online. I remember the last hard fork, me and you were like geeked and we're like, this is going to change everything, and then like nothing happened for a long time. But then after like it took like 4 months, but we started seeing more stuff like NFTs. We got more into DeFi. Like there
Yeah.
was actually DEXs, and I think it's gonna be like that again, where it takes a minute, but then everything kind of comes out at the same time, and just takes like that first project to like have the balls and release it.
Yeah.
Um,
What are you looking
so
forward
we'll
to
see.
most?
I have to say liquid finance. I really am interested in like the decentralized lending and using pools and all the different ways you can like make more interest stuff and quadruple yields or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if that really, how it plays out, if it's really gonna, make you good returns, or if it's just like yield farming where it's like, yeah, you get more tokens, but the tokens become worthless. But I just want to see how it all works and everything. Kind
Yeah, speaking of that,
of want to see Maladex too, but
sorry, before you go to that, with Liquid, it's going to be interesting to see the tokenomics of it to see if they've solved it, because most dexes and things of that nature, money markets, they always give you the incentive in their native token, which makes the price of that native token go down. But I think there's
yeah,
some mechanisms in Liquid that make you want to keep that token, and that's what's going to be interesting to see.
I think they
But
have a separate token that's just for like staking, so
Mhm.
you're not actually getting liquid, you're getting this other, like, I forgot what they call it, but so that's an interesting way to do it instead of just inundating the world with more of your token.
Right. Yeah. They're also making a dollar coin, or like they're also making like a Djed, USD pair, which is going to be interesting because you're going to have so many different. You're going to have like a stable coin by Cody, a stable coin by Liquid, a stable coin by Ardana. I'm sure Maladex is going to make their own native one because that transaction fee you're getting for that DEX makes a lot of cash for them, And most people, if
Yeah,
they can, they're going to save in that dollar, whatever it is. Like you'd be stupid not to, right? To have like if
yeah,
you're playing around with this shit, you want a portfolio where you can keep aside, maybe it's like 10% at least of like value that you don't have to, come in and out of, a bridge on Coinbase or Kraken or Voyager.
hey, we'll talk about that.
But I love
Yeah,
that. That's cool. I can't wait to play with that. The other
I'm
thing with
excited to just
Liquid,
have a stable coin too.
stablecoins gonna be sick. and like it'll be interesting to see what kind of yield we can get, right? But the other thing with Liquid is going to be the NFTs. I don't think people are
Oh yeah.
like. I think you're getting if you're watching them, people are accumulating those too because those NFTs, those percentages you're gonna gain on top of your interest rate, the super rare ones, I think are gonna become incredibly expensive. Um,
I mean, they're already
up
going
there,
for like 10, 20,000 ADA sometimes.
yeah. So I would try to accumulate those too before those come out. Like Genius Yield's doing the same thing, but I don't think theirs is coming out till next year, so you have some time still.
Yeah.
You were saying you were looking forward to Maladex.
Yeah, I just want to see what their decks looks like. And I also am like, what's going on with Wi-Fi and their like automated trading thing?
Yeah, I
Like they
think
have that whole bar thing.
I was listening to an interview in like Spaces in June, and he was getting berated by questions, and it felt like he's getting the help from his mom and dad, who are like apparently like geniuses when it comes to coding and stuff. But like the project itself is like, "We'll help you when we can, sweetie." It's not like their
Uh,
business that they're like really pumped to
and
get
he's
out.
not like this genius
He's
guy
like
that can like code
I
everything.
believe it's like yeah, he's trying to do it all by himself, but I think he needs help, and so his timeline's a little bit longer. I believe his stuff probably won't be out till February of next year, from the sound of it, and that's being
Yeah.
like optimistic. So it's one of those things where you can put on the back burner as well. He's very good at marketing, though. I mean, been watching that kind of pump back up into like 0.75 ADA. It was in like the 40s, point 0.4.
Yeah.
Maladex is supposed to be having something next Wednesday, I believe, or next Thursday, the 28th.
Where they send out all the
I
NFTs.
that they owe us. I was
Yeah.
giving them shit for that this week. That's the other thing I'm worried about with them is like their white paper is above and beyond anything I've ever seen before. Like it's very nice and official and professional and makes you want to invest a lot of money. But as far as products are concerned, I haven't seen anything that I've been impressed by. Um, even Liquid sends out little videos of what it's going to look like, which is
Yeah.
cool because it's like I want to invest more because I know it's like a real thing. But
Yeah.
with Maladex, they're so tight-lipped, and the only thing you're getting is these TradFi tales, which is more about writing than a tech product. So it is a little
Yeah.
concerning, if you ask me. I did invest, so I do have some Maladex tokens, but who knows when we'll ever see those too. So
I also I'm excited about Spectrum decks
yeah,
when they finally open the Cardano side. Um, we'll see which one of these gets out the fastest, or um, I wonder what tokens they'll support. I'm sure they'll have Neta, but other than that, I wonder who they'll partner with.
will there be
Oh,
a bridge to connect to Ergo through that DEX?
there will be eventually, but I don't know when.
Not out the box though.
And they're trying to do an Ethereum one eventually too, which would be interesting.
Well, let's do the Cardano thing first.
right,
Let's
right.
have some type of bridge so I could get some Ergo. And
I think it's interesting. Muesli Swap like continues to keep their name out there and like
rocking and
they
rolling.
keep putting out products. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
even though like I don't really use it anymore, but it is a good option. I mean, um, like they're the only one that has like a dex that uses other dexes to get you the best price.
yeah.
I don't think it's like worth it at this time, but with like fees and stuff. But like the milk token keeps going up, and I'm like, I should have stayed in on that one. because I bought some at like $2, and then
Where's
I
it
was like,
at? Let's take
freaked
a
out.
look at her.
I think it's at like 350 now. It went up to like 4 again. I started getting into token again and like seeing which ones I can trade because now is the time, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And the good thing about trading in Cardano is like I feel like in the traditional market and on Binance and all those places, like by the time you see something moving, it's like too late
Too late. Yep,
to buy in.
100%.
But on here, it's like everything takes forever to move. So
We're getting higher
if you see it
lows,
moving already,
which is
yeah,
nice. It's like the beginning of something.
yeah, and it's
Hello.
just, can you do like a weekly or something?
This is a 12-hour. The weekly looks like this.
So it seems like it kind of bottomed. And a lot of tokens I haven't seen bottom yet, so might be
Yeah.
worth. I've had good experience with milk, so I'm biased, but what else? Clay,
I think
I should have
liquid's
gotten
starting to
out.
move up. So somebody
Yeah,
bought a shit ton here, and then we've kind of just been ranging. Someone's bots have been
it
just
seems
going
like
back and forth.
65. There's like a big resistance every time it
65.
comes
Yeah.
close to like testing it.
So,
It gets shot down. So if it goes over that, I think we might just go to like 70, 75 right away.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I got
I mean,
in
if you get an
on a
announcement,
trade.
this thing's gonna go fucking nuts. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, that was my hope. I don't know, but then someone said it won't be till November. So
Yeah, that's why I'm not in
uh,
right now.
yeah,
But
we'll see.
you said what else were you talking about? What other token are you looking at?
Uh,
Oh, you said you wish you got out on Clay.
yeah, because it went up to like what 2.28 the other day,
Yeah.
and then I think you were like, I would get out now, and I was like, I'm gonna stay in, but I think it's just because I want to keep what I have right now for a
You're just
while
accumulating.
and just see what happens. Well, I got like the
Well,
airdrop,
it's not
so I'm
bleeding,
like,
which is nice.
yeah,
So the thing with this, like I've been saying earlier, with like the Ding token, which is the Dead Pixels token, which is another NFT project.
pull that up.
I mean, yeah, you can pull it up.
And guys, this is taptools.io. Every time we post it on Twitter, people are like, "What is that?"
Yeah,
So it's a good tool. You like
Ding.
charts?
If you like charts, welcome home. Yeah, it had a nice little move. This is right when their yield farm opened up, so you get that nice, you know. And then
Whatever happened to that NFT?
which
How's
one?
it? I feel like it fell off
The Dead Pixel one?
price wise. Yeah.
Well, funny you say that, Eric. These Ethereum guys have been going through our like blue chip projects and just buying the shit out of them. So I think they found out about Dead Pixels and they're not doing too bad.
I never see them on the top whatever anymore.
They're at $12.99. Not bad.
Can you go to activity? Didn't they go to like 3,000 at some point?
Oh yeah. When staking first, they were like the first NFT to start staking. But I think people got their Ding tokens and they just slowly started to sell them. They're like, thanks for my bag. And they just dumped this and the token. But then ever since Ethereum people got into this, the NFTs, all the blue chips have been, they've had their moments.
Except they seem to hate clay for some reason.
Yeah, they're
I think
not
they
buying
just
clays.
ugly.
Everyone has
What else?
that.
They seem to like that ape society a lot.
Yes. Ape Society is going
They hate chilled
niche.
Kong. Think it's a rug because people probably told them that, but it's good to see like an outside opinion of what they think is blue chip. Of course, they love dirt birds because everyone does. What are you looking at?
So, Ape Society, yeah, at 2,400. They've been going back up. Get a little nice something.
They also like the mutant one. Like mutant has like a mouse on it. Maybe it's called mutant mouse. I don't know.
Mutant mice.
There it is. Which I never really looked into, but they were doing really well for a while.
They're at 498. I would say that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
There's only 93 holders though, so let's see. A little over half has, one, and then there's a bunch of people with 26 wallets. This one smells to me.
Smells like
it smells like
mouse shit.
Someone's
just kidding.
Holding on to a lot of these.
What about degen bunnies? Everyone's shilling those.
Who the hell is shilling these?
Probably bots on foot.
This must be a blue chip, Eric. It's going up.
I think what my prediction is that someone from Ethereum made this. And then,
I could see that for sure.
And brought it over, and then now all the Ethereum people are buying it and like pumping the price, and then they're just gonna dump it at some point. But I never really liked the art, so I know.
DJ bunnies bringing some hop.
Looks like a copyright infringement.
What?
Issue. Yeah. DJ. If you go to their website, it's like it's a lot of weird references. Like there's this art thing, and it just says like 666, and it's like
Jesus,
sad bunnies. It's like, is this a rug?
Where's this at? On the lounge?
I think it's like gallery. Maybe the lounge. One of those two.
Website's kind of cool.
Might be the lounge. See, you're getting sucked in already.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm just looking for whatever you're talking about.
There. That like mural thing you just passed up? No.
This?
That black and white. Yeah. It's like 666. No love. Love is crossed out.
And Eric's very hardcore against Satanism, you guys. So if you want to know why Eric's freaking out right now.
I just think it's like, why would you put that out there? It's like, if you want people to love your project, and you're like,
because they're degens, Eric. Don't you get it? Degens are into Satanism. Duh.
I thought they just liked losing money.
It's weird. It feels like they put a bunch of things together. I mean, you have the Bored Ape symbol right here, so obviously it's like Ethereum inspired. Could be. Could be an Ether person.
Good, decent website. We'll give them that.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting to see which projects have been revitalized from the ETH people. I bought another Dirt Birds, Mike.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? What is tell me, you've been experiencing them in their Discord, getting to know a lot of the community members. What is it about Dirtbirds that is keeping you like sucked in?
You know, they're really nice to me. They're pump my ego. No, I don't know. Uh they're a cool community, and they have a weird sense of humor that I like. And they're very helpful. Like when I was first getting into it, they're like, here's how you stake. And then I was like asking questions, and I couldn't figure out my wallet, and they helped me out with that. And it's and when you go on their Discord, it's always like rolling. It's not stagnant like 90% of Discords are.
Yeah.
So they have an actual community, and I like their creator. Like he did a video the other day, like explaining, you know, what they're gonna do. He did like an AMA, and I just like their website and the staking, and I don't know. The art isn't great, but everything else is. So it really makes me want to root for it. Plus the price, like every time I'm like, okay, this is it. It's gonna dump. It goes down a little bit, and then it like recovers quickly. Just seems like they have people who just like hold no matter what. And the listed percentage is always like super low. I just think I don't think that's likely to change unless they have some huge controversy, or, you know,
Yeah.
like Dave like kills babies or something.
And Dave is what?
He's the founder.
Tell me about Dave, Eric.
I don't know a lot about him, but he likes my stuff on Twitter, so I appreciate him. Um, what are we looking at?
I just want to see the holders. Like, that's a lot of wallets, which I like.
Yeah, but I think that like 2 to 10 is the people that will just hold no matter what.
The multiple wallets.
Yeah.
106.
Can you do like the all-time floor chart?
Where's that at?
Go up. Floor price. It's one of those charts that you keep scrolling past
This one?
with the big yellow. No. The big yellow bar.
Oh, right here?
There you go. Yeah. It's interesting. It kind of like
So it started in last
hit the level and it
September.
holds.
This is what I fucking love. This has been around since last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've been just fucking hustling this whole time, you know? You get little spikes here, you get a little one here, it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going, and then we get this nice steady climb. And I think this is exactly what you want to see from any project. And you have to look at it as like a business too.
It's not just a flash in the pan.
No, it's real. This is real growth. You know, this is such a nice looking chart, especially like when you have ones where it starts out hot and then it just slowly dies off. And like that is human sentiment leaving your project. This is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
This is human sentiment getting really fucking excited for what you're doing. And you love to see it, and you just want to. This would make me a holder as well, because you're like, oh, shit's about to pop off. Like, you get a slow, you know, things like to go into threes. I think we get another leg up here. Who knows where it goes? I really like what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I think it'll go over 1,000 and then we'll see. Or it'll test 1,000 and then we'll see. But that's just my
Aren't they working on like
opinion.
a road? Like, isn't there some big announcement coming?
Well, they're like redoing their artwork totally, so they keep like teasing
For just
that.
Dirtbirds or apes and
I think it's just
Preds?
Dirtbirds currently.
It's very interesting too because there's many projects that have multiple collections and they just don't do well. I'm not going to name
Yeah,
names, but once you have a project with multiple, like 10,000 collections, it waters down so much what the project can do. But in this case, everything's just gone up, you
it's
know?
kind of insane that people move together,
Yeah.
even though, like, I'm sure people don't know derplings, like, or there's one that's like a troll. I don't even know the name of it, but even that one's probably doing good.
Oops.
Derp apes.
I hate websites that you have to spell it exactly. You know, it's like get
Yeah,
that Google search in there so it'll autocorrect for me. Because I ain't too smart, Eric. All right, this is Derp Apes.
I can't spell too good.
I can't spell it too good. Same thing. Nice growth. Do you like the other projects besides Derp Ape? Do you like, I mean, sorry, Derp Birds, like the Derplings, the Preds, the Apes?
I like the I like that you can like use a derpling and
To
an
stake
egg
or what?
to make a pred. I
Yeah.
think like shit like that is really cool. Like at least they built utility into it. But I only really like the derp apes for the staking. Like they have really high returns on the staking.
For
I
which
think the
project?
preds, the derp apes, like the preds give you a lot of staking too, but they're more expensive. So it's like, is it worth that price? But I think the OG dirt birds are just, if you can afford them, they're the best one to get.
You
And then
think
I
so?
think the other ones, it's kind of like, yeah, the other ones, it's interesting because everyone has like their their team, you know,
As far
like
as
in the
like what?
Discord, people are like, oh, I like I like derp apes, like you should get one. And other people are like, no, they fucking suck. Get a get a
Yeah.
derpling. So
Yeah.
it's like it's not everyone saying the same thing. Like it's more based on what you like. If you're an ape guy or a pred guy.
Whatever it is you're into.
I know you're a predator, so
Well, that's neither here nor there.
but yeah, I love my dirt birds. Um, anything new that's caught your eye?
Um, like projects or what?
Yeah, NFT projects.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me Google new NFT projects.
Hold on. 1 second. How NFT works. Um,
Wait, we're starting that far back. It's gonna take a while.
what's that one I wanted to show that it like mashes NFTs together?
Isn't it just called NFT Mash or something? I think NFT Maker posted it.
And I fucking post so much in it. It's like I don't even want to go through my fucking tweets.
I know. Can't even find shit anymore.
No. Mash DAP. That's what it's called. All right. Can you hear this?
I can
Cool. So this is meshed
max it
out.
out.
Good.
Yeah.
You've been collecting NFTs. Here's your utility. Rob wants to put his unsig behind his goat. You are Rob. This is still a JPEG. Mash it. Now it's an NFT. It contains Rob's NFTs. Held in a smart contract. Retrievable anytime. Unmesh. Congrats on your first mashup. Let's combine video and music. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. And then it also it almost has a new value to it because of
100%. This is what
whatever.
I'm so excited to see people put projects together. You know, you're almost able to make your own NFTs with this. With um, it kind of you get this renaissance of projects that maybe didn't do too well, and you're able to connect it with a project that does well and make something even like as an artist, you could see like maybe things will work better together. And then who knows, that might be a really valuable NFT that now that was, you know, maybe got rugged or something. And you just have all these NFTs that you don't know
Yeah.
what to do with. You can, you know, put them together, make a cool picture out of it. It's very exciting. I love that because it's like it gives the secondary market, it's like putting new wheels on a used car and then selling it for twice what you know, what you bought it for. So I love that.
Yeah. It's an awesome idea. I've never even considered that would be a thing. So props to them.
And that's coming out because of Vasil. I mean, there's so many fucking projects. Unless you've been paying attention to them, you don't know that's coming. You know,
Yeah.
there's another one called Optum Finance, which is going to be pretty cool. The synthetics protocol too. I can't wait for this shit. It's just like it's going to be a lot of fun,
Makes
man.
you
And now we have
oh, yeah.
like the room for the transactions to go through. So you know, like you know, this time last year it was such a clusterfuck to get any transaction through because the chain was so clogged.
It's terrible.
It was awful, love.
Like minting something and it's like you only have 30 minutes. And sometimes it didn't go through in the 30 minutes. It was brutal. So hopefully no more of that.
No, a lot of projects have been minting this weekend. They've been, you know, going through at a really fast pace, so that's good to see.
That's awesome.
You're awesome, Eric.
Got anything else? Thank you.
I love Cardano. Will.
What
He
else?
always
No.
has these great tweets. This is just about Vasil, you know. Just wanted to.
Liquid X. I think that's the name of the token.
Yeah, LiquidX renamed to Explorer DAO, building on a vision to innovate in Cardano stablecoin and structured DeFi products space. They intend to offer interest-free liquidity, borrow XPUSD against ADA at 0% interest, many of the stablecoins coming to Cardano. So this is what I love because I don't know if you've ever used stablecoins before, but the transaction fees are very expensive. Like to come in and out of them,
Yeah.
it's like, damn, it's like, unless you have like a trade that you're thinking of, it's really like hard to use it on a daily basis without losing like 10%. You know?
Yeah.
And like with Cardano, because transaction fees are so cheap, it's just going to be so smooth to come in and out of the dollar. I love it. It's going to be very nice. Maladex has a something's going on the 28th, so I think like Whale said, this logo right here, it might be just a rebrand. You know what I mean? Which sucks. I hope it's more than that, for
Maybe they're
Christ's
just gonna
sake. Please,
be
God.
playing poker on Discord.
Really?
that week.
We're having a poker room on Discord. No, we're gonna be playing marbles on Discord.
That's the dumbest one.
Drives me crazy.
Who's excited to play marbles,
Hey
dude?
man, I don't want to knock people because I know people love that shit, but it's like when your
It's not my
project's
thing, I
so
guess.
obsessed with that, I was just like, are you guys working on anything, or is this like
They just have a marbles guy. He
too
just
much?
sets up the marbles game.
Got Indigo Protocol. It should be coming out soon.
That's another one you're hyping up.
Maker is working with this MMORPG, Grow Galaxies, which will have some type of Web3 interface, which should be interesting. I'm excited for this. I'm not, I don't think this is coming out tomorrow. So I'm like, put this on the back burner. This is going to be a thing. You might want to hold
Yeah.
Maker token for it. But I'm not like with video games, I'm very apprehensive to like go balls deep because
Unless you have a working game that I can
I'm
play.
not unless I see exactly unless I see the working game. Like because for regular gaming teams, it's so hard to make a game. Like even Cyberpunk was so fucking hyped up and it fell face flat. So for these really small teams to do it and get everything right and make something that's so addicting that kids keep coming back day after day, it's like I honestly, like, my timetable for something like that is like 5 to 10 years. I'm not
Yeah.
No way is this gonna happen this year or next year.
I'm not gonna get my rocks off on a mobile game.
Yes.
All right.
We got fluid tokens. Don't know what that is. Boom. Fluid tokens to lend and borrow using your NFTs. Yeah, so this is cool. This is peer-to-peer though. This is peer-to-peer too. Like peer-to-peer is nice. Peer-to-peer is fluid tokens. Peer-to-peer is ADA. But I'm excited for the markets where it's like it pools everyone's money together so you can come in and out of stuff. Like with these bond NFT loans, most of them are set up for a year's time. And it's like a year's trade is not something I'm excited for. Like,
yeah,
it's cool.
I'm not gonna start getting ready for it yet.
Yeah. Ada Finance, Mercury Chat,
Ada, of course.
Genius X. Like I said, I think this is another probably closer to Christmas, January. I'm assuming January for Genius token. But also, it's just another DEX. I don't think they're doing anything special. They might be making some type of a vehicle to just invest your money in, like a 401k, where it's like, and they do the trading for you. That could be interesting. But a lot of teams are going to do this, so I'm very interested to see who does it first because I think they might win. AGIX token's doing that too. They're doing it with like their token on Ethereum, and they've been actually getting some pretty nice returns for people with Ethereum. And if you can do that with Cardano, that's gonna be pretty sick. Just to like put your tokens in a pool, and then you're getting 10-15% every month. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take it.
I think that is about it here. Optum Finance. Yeah, this is the one I was looking forward to, where it's like, it's a yield product and aggregator, and they kind of take care of, they use AI to, trade for you and try to get, eke out 1-2% a day. It'll be interesting to see how well it works. But it can come online now because of Vasil, which is very exciting. Gucci.io. where you can short NFTs.
Gucci.
Very cool. UC Swap, DeFi Llama.
What's the Muesli Swap doing?
UC Swap was the first DEX, and Cardano maintains their streak of being included in each of these threads. The beta of their new layout went live. They're becoming a hybrid DEX. Will further enhance yield opportunities on Cardano. We can take a look at this. Have you used this website recently?
I think you have to reshare your screen.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Unreal.
Have you used this one?
Oh yeah, I have. It's pretty nice looking.
So they got pools you can earn. Liquidity.
%0. Not bad.
Not great. Not great. This is probably why it's not doing too hot. But I love that they're here. I love that they're trying. They got Derp token if you guys are looking for that. It's not doing too
one
well.
of the few places that have it.
Well, I think it's because it's you know, their
It's
limit.
not supported.
It's just like limit trades, so it's like, hey, I have 5
Oh
Derp.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't trade in a pool.
There's no liquidity pools.
Right.
Looks like the other dexes.
Yeah, nothing crazy. That's about it from that thread.
I have exciting news for you. You're not gonna believe it. Let me show you here. Our old friends, Mike. Heard.
Yay.
They are gonna have their own token. Believe it or not.
Okay.
It's called Cats. And it says they're waiting on confirmation for the date of a Yummy collaboration airdrop. So I didn't know about that. And I love Yummy, so that's something. I'm always look at this guy behind me. I bought that just because it's Yummy and MF Doom. I love both, so
Yeah.
It's interesting that they're still out there working on stuff. I thought they would just disappear because of all the controversy, but Purdy Cats is still out there, guys.
Hey guys, that just shows you keep your head down. Let some other controversy happen. Boom, come back in. People forget about it. Yep.
And then in 6 months they'll be like, have you heard of Purdy Cats? It's like it's like a blue chip.
This is a blue chip.
But yeah, I just wanted to show that real quick. I saw it yesterday and I was like, what?
Purdy Cats is from the artist who made the artwork for Space Buds that was stolen. So if you guys don't know about that, that's why we find Purdy Cats funny. And we're also both holders. We're whales in the Purdy Cats.
We also find it funny because we bought them thinking it was a good project.
Well, this was before we knew that the artist was just copying other people's artwork and making it their own.
This is when we were buying every NFT we saw because
basically what was minting. Yeah, exactly. There was what was minting that week.
So guys, we get rugged as well. Don't feel bad. But yeah, that's all I got, Mike.
That's gonna do it for us this week, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Comment. Let us know what you want to go over, if anything. So we'll see you guys next time. Peace.